So, the Jeffrey Epstein story has just been blown wide open. We're talking about thousands of new files from his private estate that have just been released. And look, these aren't your typical court documents. This is a real peek behind the curtain at a hidden world of power and secrets. And the scale of this is just staggering. We're talking about over 20,000 pages of material that, until now, has been completely private. A massive trove of personal files just dumped into the public eye.
What makes this so huge is that it includes his personal emails and communications. So we're literally reading what Epstein himself wrote and what was written to him. It's a direct window into his private world.
Which leads to the big question on everyone's mind, right? What are the bombshells? What new information is actually coming to light about some of the most powerful people on the planet?
Okay, so to really get what these files are telling us, we first need to map out the key players who are caught up in this incredibly complex and, well, disturbing web. And right away, you can see just how wide Epstein's network was. This wasn't just one social circle, you know? This was an alleged web that stretched from the highest levels of the British monarchy all the way to the top of American politics and business. And these new documents, they start pulling on threads in all of these different worlds. Let's start with the royal connection, because this is where the new emails create a really stark, really immediate contradiction with what's been said publicly for years.
So for a long time, a key part of Prince Andrew's whole defense has been to cast doubt on this now infamous photograph of him with one of his accusers, Virginia Giuffre. He's even suggested it could be a fake, that it might be doctored.
But this is where the new files create a direct conflict. Because in a 2011 email, Epstein himself writes, and I'm quoting here, "Yes, she had a picture taken with Andrew." I mean, in his own words, he's confirming the photo is real, which completely undermines the prince's public denials.
But it's not just Prince Andrew in the spotlight here. Nope. The files also shine a whole new light on his ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson, suggesting her role was, well, a lot more significant than anyone previously understood.
You know, while her public image was often this charitable, maybe a bit of a naive figure, sources analyzing the situation are painting a very different picture. They allege she was the main grifter in the story, a kind of Lady Macbeth figure who actively went after and got millions of dollars from Epstein. All right, let's switch gears from the royal connection to the presidential one. Because it's here, when it comes to Donald Trump, that Epstein's private emails make some of their most explosive claims. Check this out. In a 2011 email to Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein calls Trump the dog that hasn't barked, and then claims Virginia Giuffre spent hours at my house with him. The implication here seems pretty clear, that Trump was a major yet so far unmentioned figure in their world. So, the crucial takeaway is that across these newly revealed emails, Epstein himself is painting a picture of a really complex relationship. He claims that Trump knew about the girls, that he even asked Maxwell to stop recruiting at Mar-a-Lago, and then in one email from 2018, Epstein straight up boasts, "I am the one able to take him down." Now, Epstein was obviously the face of this whole operation, but if you take a deeper look at the source material, it really suggests that we should re-examine the role of his convicted co-conspirator, Ghislaine Maxwell. Sources are suggesting we should completely reframe how we think about Maxwell, not as just a pawn or an accomplice, but as the grand chess mistress, the strategic operator who is maybe even more important to the whole network than Epstein himself. This dynamic points to a really powerful partnership, right? She allegedly brought the social capital, the European and American contacts, the words and connections, while Epstein, the mathematician, was good at the numbers and provided the money. And together they created this formidable, just monstrous operation. So when we connect all these different threads from the new files, what's the big takeaway? What is this story really telling us? This whole thing is about so much more than just one man. It's really a glimpse into the hidden mechanics of power, how money and social access and secrets are allegedly used as weapons to create a web that connects and protects some of the world's most influential people. And maybe the most unsettling thought of all is that this release, this massive dump of over 20,000 documents, it might not even be the end of the story. With who knows how many more files still sealed, it leaves all of us asking one final, really chilling question. How deep does this rabbit hole actually go?